Ross
with a D,
underscore
petite.
the underscore designer.
Aaron Fink
Being Bonnie,
Wellness.
1. That's a number
N.
1.
Helen
Late bloomer,
Kim.
late bloomers,
Lizzie
League
underscore
with an S.
Giordano.
Fashion
The Hip Smith.
Instagram.
The Hip
Instagram.
Smith. The Hip
So that's
Smith. Or the
fashion
Hip Smith.
STGRIM.
LAX.
Dr. Dalton Smith. Got that one. It's underscore Takia.
John.Willie 1. Kristen Caulfield. Got it. Thanks, Kristen. Hey everyone, I know that you have been waiting for the day that you can talk about all those crazy names on Instagram. Well, maybe that's not the truth, but I had to use them as an example because after 20-something years in launching products and helping companies actually come up with their brand, their product name, their brand positioning, and then their messaging, I'm just always stumped by the fact that there are so many bizarre Instagram handles that you can't even say them, right? You can't say them. Obviously, I just opened the flash briefing with a bunch of them that I basically couldn't say. And the ones that I could, obviously, were the people's names. So, why is it important? Well, let's look at it from this perspective. If you don't have a name that is memorable, if you don't have a name that doesn't even have to say what your product does, don't get me wrong, a product does not have to have a name that says what it does. Because Google now has become a verb, Google was just Google. Google was a made-up name. BlackBerry is a berry, but it became the name of a telephone. iPod created the entire podcasting category. If you start to look at the importance of what it is that you're doing, whether you're creating a personal brand, whether you're launching a coaching business, whether you're woke up with the amazing idea to develop a product and create an invention, whatever it is that you're doing that you need to put a name to, you've got to give it a lot of thought. It isn't something to take super lightly. Because the examples that I had at the beginning, seriously, I wouldn't be able to say, oh, follow that person on Instagram because here's their handle and it's really easy to remember. The name of this flash briefing is Daily Speaking of Age with Wendy Cooper, Real, Raw, Refreshing. What does that say? That says that I can speak about any age, but I'm already talking about age. It doesn't mean I'm talking about people over a certain age or under a certain age. I'm just talking about stuff that's of age. It's daily, and it's with me, and it's raw, it's real, and it's refreshing, which means it's not going to be like everything else that you hear. That's exactly what you're going to get. And that gives me a million billion jumping off points for my marketing and for developing my brand. My podcast, on the other hand, is called The Wendy Cooper Show, Speaking of Age, Conversations with Remarkable People Over 50. Now, if there's something about that title that you don't understand, I'm sorry. But it tells you exactly what you're going to get when you click the button. So, if you want to create a name that people are going to know and remember, trust, and then continue to consume from, it needs to be a name that resonates with your overall brand message. Not to use another one of mine, but my production company I thought of in the middle of the night. And I woke up in the morning and it was C-Spot Run Productions. I've had that name now since 1997. And people remember it. But the letter C, Spot Run Productions, it isn't S-E-E. So people really liked it for that reason because it wasn't your typical, C-Spot Run, right? But it was C for Cooper, C for S-E-E, Spot for television commercial, not necessarily ever for a dog. It played off of the old school Dick and Jane books, so people got a kick out of that. and it was easy to remember. To this day, people will say, oh, I've heard of that company. And I highly doubt if it's the company that they heard of. I think it's the books. But it just gives you a sense of how important a name is. You can always check me out at wendicooper.com. Send me an email, wendicooper@mac.com. I don't think you're going to be able to forget that. I'd love to hear from you.